What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. We are going to do a deep dive here. Not necessarily a deep dive, I don't like that word. It's only going to be a couple of minutes, but a more honest review of the movie Civil War. Came out in 2024. We'll talk about the cast a little bit, talk about the things I like, things about it didn't like, so on and so forth, like that. As always, guys, make sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe. That way you can be notified whenever I drop new videos about things like that. And let me know down in the comments things that you would like me to take a watch at and a review at, things, so on and so forth like that. Anyway, let's get down to the movie here. So, Civil War came out in 2024. A lot of the marketing for it, in my opinion, when I saw the trailers and things like that, I was expecting something a lot like Battle Los Angeles. Come to find out, that's not what this film was actually about. So, instead of me rattling off the top of my head, trying to come up with the right words for it, I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to look at my screen and I'm just going to rattle some things off here real quick, right? So looking at the cast, really talented cast that was involved in this particular film, right? So we're looking at Kaylee Spaney, Kristen Dunst, Wagner Moura, Jesse Plemons, Stephen McKinley, Nick Offerman. Great cast of people in such an interesting film and an interesting topic. Now, again, like I had said, from a lot of the trailers and things like that I had gathered, I was expecting something a lot like Battle Los Angeles, just with your main character being a journalist, right? And kind of being in the middle of a lot of this battle, a lot of this war. And that's not really the way that it played out. So if we take a look here online and I think that this review is or this description of it is probably the best that I have seen it written, and I think that this is what I wish I would have seen going into the movie, or wish I would have read this before going into the movie. So, quoting from the Google here, the 2024 film Civil War explores the devastating consequences of a deeply divided nation through the eyes of a journalist covering a fictional American Civil War. The movie doesn't take a clear political stance, but examines how extremism and the breakdown of communication can lead to violence and dehumanization. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of radicalization and the importance of dialogue in a democracy. That, great film, great story. Once I wrapped my head around exactly what it was this film was going to be, right? As you're watching, and it's always tough as you're watching it, it almost deserves a second or a third watch, because in the moment I was sitting there and I was like, okay, when's the battle going to kick off? When's this like action really going to kick off, right? And so in live time watching the film and slowly realizing what this film was actually about, trying to disconnect from my expectations, connect with the reality of it, and appreciating the film all at the same time, made it really tough for me to watch. Going back in and watching it a second and a third time, much bigger appreciation for the film. Much bigger appreciation for the story that they were telling. Like I said in the quick take, is this a family-friendly movie? In my opinion, no, not at all. This is a mature audience's film 100% of the way, not just from a gore perspective, right? Not just from a visuals perspective, but a lot of the dialogue too. Some of the remarks that are made, especially when you look at the situation with the hole, where a couple of those reporters got killed, and some of the remarks that were made as far as that and U.S. citizenship and whatnot like that. This is a very mature topic. And I think even amongst adults, right, and mature viewers, I think that these are stances and these are topics that are touchy. So it is a movie that's going to make you think, and it's going to make you, I think there was a couple of times that I looked at the screen, obviously as I'm watching it, and in my head I was like, whoa, we went there. Okay. Right. So it's, again, great film. I actually really liked it. But I think it's going to keep you on your toes. Kristen Dunst, I think, did a really good job in this film, playing the role that she did as the journalist who has seen it and is just, she's not numb to it, but she's also, she's getting there, in my opinion, kind of watching it. I think that there is still obviously that humanization in her. There is that soul that is inside of her character. But she has come to grips with the reality of what they're living in right now. And put it in that this is her job, is to document this, and the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever, she's going to capture it. There was a really nice touch in this film that they did, as she goes through and she is taking pictures of these different scenarios and pictures that some of the other characters are taking and whatnot to capture the moments that are happening in this Civil War. They did a really good job in the midst of these scenes playing out and these moments happening, where it would show you the picture that she took, right? She'd snap the camera and it would fade to, or it would snap in the actual still photo that she took, what she saw through her camera lens in that moment, and gave you a moment to just think for a millisecond, but it crosses your mind nonetheless. Like, that looks like it would be the cover of a news article. That looks like it would be something in an article or a magazine that you would read, right? So they took the time to make sure that you had a professional that can capture these moments and capture these feelings in still photo, share that with the audience during a feature film presentation. I thought that from a production standpoint, from a director standpoint, from a writer standpoint, and from an actor standpoint, actress standpoint, I think they did a very, very, very good job. So I think from a cinematography perspective and an execution on doing the project itself, I think it was really well done. All in all, guys, I think it's definitely worth a watch if you are looking for something to have on that is maybe a little different from what you've seen before. It's definitely one I think you need to pay attention to. This is not a film you're going to go ahead and like wash dishes in the background or clean your house while this is on in the background. Not judging you if it is, but that's not the kind of film that I would have on in the background while that was going on. Anyway, if you guys have seen the movie, let me know your thoughts down in the comments as far as Civil War goes. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were you kind of in between? Were you indifferent about it? Whatever the case might be, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button so you get notified the next time I have videos that drop. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, guys. See ya.